It's no secret that I have a problem. If I love a book, I must have it in the most beautiful edition. Even if I haven't read a book, I'll probably buy it if it's beautiful. Gorgeous cover, put it in my bag. Sprayed edges, go ahead and ring me up. What others might view as wasting money, I see as feeding my passion. So join me in this video as I talk about all the books that broke my bank account just because I judged them by their cover. Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chrissy and this is my Cozy Corner. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you the most beautiful books I own, whether it be because of the cover or maybe some of them have sprayed edges. So let's jump right on into it. The first book I want to show you is a fantasy book and it is 5 Broken Blades. I have not read this one yet, but I've heard some really great things. I heard that if you like 6 of Crows, you should like this, which I haven't read either of those yet, but I will be reading both. So anyway, the sprayed edges are gorgeous. The shiny part on the sword to make it like actually look like a real sword is just so gorgeous. The inside, I mean, this is beautiful even without the dust jacket. So gorgeous. Okay, so this next book I actually love all the editions for. I own the like original American edition, but I saw the Fairyloot one and it was so gorgeous, so I bought it off of a seller, and that's Divine Rivals. I think that the artwork on the front with Iris and Roman is so beautiful, and then the gold foiled letters are gorgeous. Then when you open it up, there's some artwork, which I love some artwork, and if you've read this book, you can definitely just like picture this scene like this. So then inside the book, you have some more gorgeous artwork, and then the typewriters. It's just so perfect. Without the dust jacket, it's still beautiful. And then one of my favorite things about this is the sprayed edges, which if you've read the book, the letters, it's just such a perfect thing to have on the book. So this is probably one of the most beautiful books I own, like top 5 for sure. I think it is like, there is not a thing wrong with it. And I love this book. I gave this book 5 stars, not the second one. I do like the second one, but I didn't love it as much. So I am obsessed with this book. So a lot of the like beautiful books I own I feel like are fantasy, but I do have a couple in here that are not fantasy, but most of them are gonna be fantasy. So the next one is gonna be Till Death. It's another fantasy. I think the dust jacket is so beautiful. And I actually read this on Kindle Unlimited and I loved it so much I had to buy the hardcover, and I did not anticipate it being this gorgeous, like the regular hardcover on Amazon. It's got artwork underneath the dust jacket. Are you kidding? Like, what? On top of having a beautiful dust jacket, you have, like, it's beautiful without it. This is gorgeous. The next one I haven't read, but I think I know a lot of you can relate to me. I think I just bought it because of the beautiful sprayed edges. So this is the Foxglove King. So if anybody has read this, because I have not yet, then please comment down below and tell me if you liked it, because I am curious about this one and I have put it off for quite some time. I mean, like, the artwork inside is making me just want to read it right now. This is like gorgeous. And underneath the dust jacket, another gorgeous one underneath the dust jacket. I mean, why am I waiting to read this? This is beautiful. Are those 2 different guys? There's a different person there than here. Interesting. I guess we're gonna have to find out what that's about. Okay, wait, not the dust jacket, having more stuff going on. Okay, so that's the outside. The inside has artwork too. I mean, they outdid themselves with this one. Well, I hope the story and the plot are just as good. Okay, so the next books I have read, it is not a completed series, but I've read the first 4 books, and I believe 6 are out at the moment. So that's gonna be Raven Kennedy's Plated Prisoner series. I bought these off of a seller on Macari, I think it's called. So I'll show them each individually. So the first one, Guild, which this book is only okay, but people kept telling me to keep reading. After I like became obsessed with it, this is when I got these. But the gold dripping on the pages is just beautiful. The inside, more gorgeous stuff in the inside. So that's the first one, and then the second one in the series is Glint. And more of that dripping gold, a little bit of a different inside. And Gleam, so it's starts getting pretty good in Glint, and then Gleam is one of my favorite books of all time. It's like not a 5-star, it's a 6-star. I love Gleam. And then the one after that I believe is called Gold, which I feel like, let's see. No, it's called Glow, and Glow was fine. It was good, but it just Gleam, I feel like just raised the bar so high. So when I read Glow, I was like, ugh, it just wasn't as good. So I think that's also why I haven't finished the series. But more drippy edges. And then, of course, some more artwork on the inside. And it is signed or initialed. So the next books I think are so beautiful are the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition of Once Upon a Broken Heart. So I think all the covers are black, but these were the special editions. So, I mean, it's really just the cover. There's not anything in the inside, but I still think this cover is beautiful. And then, so that's Once Upon a Broken Heart. And then you have The Ballad of Never After and A Curse for True Love. I love this series. But the first one was good. The second one was amazing. One of my favorite books of all time. And the third one was, it was okay. But overall, I still love this series. And the covers are beautiful. Next covers are by like the OG fantasy author. A lot of people have taken inspiration from him. So The Hobbit, these are the special illustrated editions. So they have obviously the beautiful dust jackets, the map that he drew in there, and then there's illustrations throughout. So if you get to like a chapter, there's like scenes, you know. It's not in every chapter, they're spread out really nicely, and it does that in all of these books. So, and I feel like these dust jackets embody the book so well. Like this one goes really well with the Fellowship of the Ring. You of course know the movies are the most beautiful like settings one has ever laid their eyes on, in my opinion. And there's more illustrations throughout just to show you. They don't have one in every chapter, but the two towers, like this cover is perfect for the plot of this book. Like so perfect. So, oh look, if you know anything about Lord of the Rings, look who that is. Did you guess? Treebeard, right? That's Treebeard. Look at him. And I just love Lord of the Rings so much. I love the movies so much, and that's why I had to read the books. I finally mustered up the courage to read the books last year because it is kind of scary, like reading. They're thick books and they're very detailed, but I don't regret it. I really liked them. You get information in the books that you don't necessarily get in the movies. I was actually thinking about rereading them, but it again is a commitment. I know that Andy Serkis does the narration for the audiobooks, and I mean, he's the one who voiced Gollum, so I can imagine that the audiobooks are amazing. So I'm actually thinking about listening to those because I do miss this story. And like I said before, a lot of fantasy authors have taken so much inspiration from Lord of the Rings. So, so beloved. The next book I don't know a lot about. I saw someone read it on BookTube. I can't remember who it was, but they had mentioned how much they loved it, but it hasn't really gotten any hype. So I do plan on reading it soon. But that is Garden of the Cursed. It's a YA book, and I think this is such a cool cover. Look, I mean, what in the world? That is really cool. I love like the hand, and it's got like a silhouette of somebody and a moon. This is so cool. Why haven't I read this? This is just, it looks like it's gonna be amazing. I mean, don't judge a book by its cover, but don't we all? Have you seen Hellbent's cover with the rabbit on it? I mean, not the best cover, but one of the best books I've ever read. So I guess you can't always do that. So yeah, this one is beautiful. So the next amazing cover is going to be Throne of the Fallen. This is just, I think this was the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition that I picked up. I have read Kingdom of the Wicked by Carrie Maniscalco too, and I like that one. I hear that this book is even better than that series, so I already have to read this book in September anyway because I picked it out of my TBR jar, so I'm really excited to do that. I promise there's going to be more than just fantasy covers in here. It's just that's the ones that usually have the most beautiful covers. So the next one I have to read for the month of September because I picked it out of my TBR jar. So here's another one that I picked out, A Fate Inked in Blood. But I have read The Bridge Kingdom by the same author, and I love The Bridge Kingdom. So I definitely have high hopes, but other than the sprayed edges in the front, there's like nothing really in the inside. So this cover is gorgeous. I know that it's Norse mythology inspired, which I'm super interested in, and I feel like that cover definitely embodies Norse mythology in my opinion. Okay, quick side note, I have to talk about this candle real quick. Who doesn't want their home library to smell like books and coffee? This is like cappuccino smelling. This isn't Bath and Body Works. Nobody told me to show this off, by the way. I just lit it for the first time today and I'm very impressed. It actually really smells like coffee and books in here. The perfect, that's literally the perfect smell. Okay, so the next book is The Jasad Heir. I have not read this book, but I know that it is Egyptian inspired fantasy, and the cover I think is so cool. It literally looks like Egyptian fantasy. I mean, that's really just all, but I think the cover, every time I see it, my eyes kind of light up. So the next ones are just the regular hardcovers, but I bought these beautiful dust jackets off of Etsy, and the artist is Dominique Wesson, like W-E-S-S-O-N. So the dust jackets I bought were one of my favorite series of all time and favorite author, Sarah J Maas, so A Court of Thorns and Roses. So all of the jackets go with the book. My favorite, A Court of Mist and Fury. Look how beautiful he is. A Court of Wings and Ruin. We love our girls. And we love our bad boys. Hello. Hello, beautiful. And then the Christmas special, A Court of Frost and Starlight. And Hold That Headboard for Dear Life, A Court of Silver Flames. Look, this is perfect. If you've read this book, that is just, this is perfect. All right, the next one's a YA dystopian, and that's The Grace Year. I love this book. So beautiful sprayed edges. It's just the hardcover with sprayed edges. I got it on Etsy. The next one is a special edition of one of my favorite books of all time, If We Were Villains. Now, this one actually has artwork inside, but I don't want to show you because if you haven't read it, actually I can show you this. If you haven't read it, some of it's kind of spoilery, but let me see if I can at least pull up like one. I think there's like 6 pieces of art in here, but I'll only show you this one because this one's not spoilery. You just think about it, it's like the university. I love this book so much. I have the regular paperback, but I like had to have this and with the sprayed edges. I have a problem. Like as I'm looking at all these books, I definitely have a problem. But a problem of buying beautiful books, is it that bad? I guess for my bank account it is. So the next is a romance series. I think all the covers are so gorgeous, and I think there's hidden messages in the cover from the plot in the book. So that's gonna be Magnolia Parks, and these are the indie covers. So we have Magnolia Parks, and then there's Daisy Hates. I think these covers are so beautiful. Like they're so pretty, so pretty, so pretty. You would think like all of them together are a little random looking, but when you read it, you understand the covers more. The next one I have not read yet, and it's not so much the cover as it is the edges on this one, because it's The Do-Over by Lynn Painter, and the cover is cute, but it's the sprayed edges for me. Like, look how adorable they are. So freaking adorable. So the next one is just purely like vibes for the cover. There's no artwork inside it. There's no sprayed edges. The cover just like embodies an era I want to go to. And I think a lot of us are obsessed with this era, and it's the 70s. My mother-in-law is gonna love that I said that. But Mary Jane, I thought the book was cute. It wasn't like my favorite book. It was cute, but this cover is amazing. Like the record player, what she's wearing, how it kind of has that like warm tone hue that you see in a lot of like 70s inspired things. I think it's perfect. And I'm not obsessed with the book, but I keep it facing forward on my shelf over here because the cover is so eye-catching. All right, you guys, so those are the most beautiful books that I own. If you have a book that you think is really beautiful that you own, or maybe have seen somewhere that I did not show you, please let me know, because more than likely I'm gonna pick it up just because you told me that. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I do hope to see you next time. I've been having such a blast talking about books and making these videos about books and connecting with people that I probably wouldn't have connected with if I didn't make this channel. Until then, I post videos every Sundays. Have a wonderful day. Bye.